Hello, good day. Can you hear me?
Sure. Hi, good day, Harris.
Hello, Chen. How are
Okay.
you?
Hello, I'm fine.
Shall we start?
Yep.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to EHEF Indonesia 2020 Goes Online. My name is Harris, and I'm going to moderating this webinar. This webinar is going to be presented uh, by Mr. Yakshan, the representative from KT, right? And please stay tuned until the end of this webinar because we will hold a question and answer session. If you have any questions about the presentation or anything related to the country's higher education, you can submit your questions in YouTube's comment section anytime throughout the presentation. And now, without any further ado, please welcome Mr. Yakshan to deliver his presentation.
Hi, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Just give me a sign. I was just trying that sharing my PPT for my presentation. I think I don't have the rights. Please make me as a co-host so I can share my screen. Okay, now I can share my screen. Okay, so right, we will go as full modus. All right, let's start. Welcome everybody attending to this KIT session for our two schools, Kaobian School and Hector School under the International Department of the KIT. My name is Yaxian Liu. I represent as a international program consultant in the International Department of KIT. Today we're gonna introduce you several programs, not including only bachelor but also master and also some certificate course. All right, let's start our journey to first page, the German engineering. German engineering kind of a very popular topic actually for decades. German engineering somehow means a quality, somehow means a production capability, modern technology in an industry. And if you can take a look at these several data, you're gonna see how good is actually German engineering doing in the industry world. For example, R&D, they have more than 48,500 patents registrations worldwide. And Germany is till 2018 is still the third exports biggest country and fourth economy in the world. Most important thing is for the international students, I think it's more interesting is the immigration employability rate here is over 67%. And by the way, another figure maybe also make sense that to let you know, because of Germany is after the USA, the second immigration country at all worldwide. Now we can come down to our today's university, KIT. What is KIT? KIT is actually the abbreviation of Karlsruhe Institute of Technology. Sounds a little bit familiar. If we're changing the Karlsruhe to the Massachusetts, then that will be MIT. I need to correct it here a little bit. So we're not the German brother of the MIT, but we also a very well-known university worldwide. Later on, I'm going to show you our ranking system. You can see how well known is KIT itself. KIT mainly focus on three major, so to say, disciplinaries for research. One is the information technology. Another one is the renewable energy relevant topic like energy. And a third one is a mobility, anything movable, for example, small from a nanotechnology, bicycle, Segway, even the commercial cars, to the bus, to the spacecraft, all belonging to the mobility. Several data and facts, key facts about a university. This university we call the KIT called the Institute of Technology. And institute, there is a plural number. That means 148 institutes consist for this university. And each university combining not only just teaching functions, but also most of them works on focusing on research. This university have over 9,000 employees. Among them is like over 7,000 employees are doing research and meanwhile doing teaching. Annual budget is over 900 millions. We're belonging to the bunch of the elite groups in university group in Germany. Later on, I'm going to show you the picture. And we're going to further topic. This university is still very big, temporarily big, because maybe we were thinking about this pandemic, but it's not influenced us. Our figure here is still over 22,000 students on campus. It's very big, and over 368 professors is available for our students and for the research. Just now I mentioned this 9 million budget yearly. Million euros yearly. This comes from three sources. One sources, and so to say, maybe 100 million is come from this elite university group. Since 2019 in July, University KIT is elected into the elite University of Excellence in Germany. There are 11 universities. We're one of them. Then we have this extra 1 million euros annually as budget for research and teaching. And on top of that, our university is also listed in the TU9 University in Germany, Technical University 9 group. If you're interested later on, you can check my website to check which are consisted by the TU9, and we are one of them. Now we come down to the little bit bluffing part, so to say, to introduce you our network of our whole alumni during this 290 years of the history of the university. First one, I would like to introduce the Mr. Carl Benz. He studied by us in 250 years before and graduated from here. And after that, he invented the first compulsory engine worldwide and the first commercial car, then founded a Mercedes-Benz group. He's one of the founder. Another one is like a Skoda. If you're familiar with the automobile branch, and then you might knowing that there's an Czech Republic car branding. But the founders, Mr. Skoda, he himself studied by University KIT, former KIT. At back that time, the KIT is not named as KIT. It's actually Polytech Universität. And then furthermore, we also have like a researcher like Heinrich has. If you have any facility, electrical facility, there is a unit called H&Z. And this is actually represent for Hertz, Professor Hertz, and he is proof the electrical magnetic wave while he was working at the KIT. And the last row here at the left side, the first one, first gentleman is called Dieter Zetsche. Dieter Zetsche used to be the former Mercedes-Benz group, so the Daimler group, the CEO. This is long year CEO there. And Stefan Quandt, Mr. Quandt is not so famous, maybe or well known as the superstar. But his family actually own a very famous car group that is a BMW AG. He also he's our alumni too, and he used to study the industrial engineering by us. And Heike and Dieter Hoppe, and the last page, and then the next page, you can see here just now. This one, the Dieter Hoppe, Mr. Dieter Hoppe, and the Mr. Hector, and another famous alumni from us, these three back to several or decades before, I think they built a very famous software and industry company called SAP. And 5 of the co-founders and 3 of them came from KIT. KIT, by the way, have another nickname called the CEO Factory. You can look at this map. Most of them, except this astronaut, either they are CEO or chairman, or somehow like the number one in the company. For example, the CEO of Lufthansa, like a German airline, Mr. Carsten Spohr is also our alumni. Just give you a very wide branch in imagination of how you can study, what kind of major or what you could be in the future. This is astronauts. This is from our alumni, Mr. Alexander Guest. It shows that our actually the alumni could be also doing the spacecraft major, not only just for cars and other just relevant to cars industry. Just now I'm talking about the ranking. Here you see we ranked actually in lots of famous ranking system in the worldwide. Academical ranking, I would just give you one typical one is in QS ranking, if you know. We're ranked in the academical one is like a top 100. But if you're looking at the right corner here in the PPT, then you will see there is a figure employability ranking. If we're talking about employability ranking, KIT is even higher than the academical one. It's worldwide ranked than the 36 in the top 100 inside of top 50. And in Germany, in this ranking, we don't have any competitor for several years, always number 1 in employability ranking. KIT located in worldwide several places in Asia, in Europe, but only in Germany, we also have several campuses. You see, we have this campuses in Dresden, campuses in Ulm, and also the highest peak in Garmisch, near the Garmisch. They research for the waterfall. And another one is like the main campus is in Karlsruhe. In Karlsruhe itself, you also have several campuses like the East Campus. They have the testing car race tracking there. They can testing the mobile. For example, they have also energy field over in the North Campus. It's 15 kilometers north from where we're sitting here in the South Campus. North Campus is overwhelming with like windmills and like solar panels and so on. It's also for the energy research and facilities. They occupy lots of places. We lies in this geographical size lies in a very technology region here in Karlsruhe. Around us, our students, if they after their theoretical learning or studying in a university, they have plenty of the chances to finding just in the near, not so far from 75 kilometers away, even to find a very big names like a companies to practice your theory in the company. For example, to doing the research work there or internship. You can see here the headquarters of Porsche, headquarters for Daimler, so Mercedes-Benz Group, and headquarters of Bosch is not so far from us. It's just 75 kilometers away from here. And even the Bosch have also branched just near the city center, like 8 kilometers away. The biggest trucks plant in the world for Daimler is just lies in the west side, 18 kilometers away. So, and also even the chemical company BASF, the world's biggest chemical company, is also lies north of us, and we also have lots of alumni working in this company too. Chemical field. This page show you our beautiful campus. Our beautiful campus located right in the city bullseyes. Here you can see this is right in the city center. The castle built in the 1715 is very beautiful. And our international department, where I sitting is in right here, just in this corner. We international department belong to the KIT. So international department itself has lots of programs to offer. They have a very common language. That means students learning in the international department of the KIT only using English. In international department, we also offered in the campus accommodation. This accommodation covered by over 120 rooms available for our students from a bachelor to master. So it's very convenient to our students to go city everywhere just by walking distance. Now, I would like to come down to the right topics today. I would like to introduce you our international department schools. So two schools. One is a bachelor school, it's in Kaobian School, just named after our alumni Kaobians. So Mr. Defense, that one. And another alumni named after another alumni from a co-founder of SAP is Hector School for Master. So we started with our journey in these schools in Kaobian School for the bachelor. This bachelor school offered one unique major, so to say, mechanical engineering international. This is totally taught in English. Program is very internationalized. Our diversity is in the class is over like 92%. So most of our students coming from worldwide. It's a perfect location. Just now you have already seen, we are located just nearby the city center castle. Our students can have this privilege or advantage. If they are not so concentrating on the class, and if they look left or right, they can have the very beautiful view of castle through the window. Another one is like we have this elite teaching and small classes. Our teaching staff is all the professors and the tutors are from our university KIT. We keeping our staff keeping our classes very small. If you are attending a one public university like in Germany, you might face like 500 students on campus in one intake. But in this class, our students will have a chance to have 50 students only on one class. It's quite a small size, and to keep your study very effectively and smoothly. Furthermore, we have this future engineering technologies. Just now I mentioned our professor and researcher here in KIT always bring the research state-of-the-art technology into their teaching knowledge. So our students can enjoy or sharing this advantage from the state-of-the-art technology. They will always keep on the first run of the technology. They always have this first touch or the new touch of the new technology in industry in that three disciplinaries that I mentioned: information technology, energy, and mobility, and so on. Strong in the industry network, just now I mentioned, just not far from our campus. You see, far away, not far away from 75 kilometers, you can have lots of big name in around, and this offer our students not only just put this place for internship and also for the career later on to start easily or so to say more easier than the other campuses or universities. Furthermore, we also have offer our study career guidance. Our colleagues will accompany our students from the first semester to the final semester with all the study relevant topics or the life topics to let you easily to settle down. and also helping you after or during the study at the final stage of the study. Then how you're gonna find an internship, how you're gonna improve your major knowledge, and to get this into the practical phases, how you combine this together, and how you're gonna find this. And we also offer our help to directly help our students based on our network. Later on, you can see in our page, in our PPT slides too. This program is 3 years. Just now I was talking about. It's totally taught in English. And the final student will get awarded with the KIT Bachelor of Science with 180 ECTS points. ECTS points is the abbreviation of a European Credit Transfer System. This is actually for you to have. If you give you a simple example, if you wouldn't like to study from us from the first semester, you have finished the first semester, then you have passing the advanced mathematics with a 10, for example, ECTS points. Then you would like to go to the financial engineering, for example, as a major, to go to Spain, one university. If they are accredited, then you can using this ECTS points to get recognized for your advanced mathematics test. Programs, college fees for our for this program is around about for non-EU students totally per semester 8,600 euros, and each semester for each intake the deadline mostly to the 30th of April each year, and this year also won't be changed. Calben School of Engineering, the structure is quite simplified here. If you look at this map, our students will have like 5 semester, 6 semester go through all the study. Begin with pre-semester 8 weeks courses, and after that, students will have like a ticket directly to have your right study start on October. And then start of the first semester to the 5th semester, students will have chance to choose one of the three majors. For example, this automotive engineering, very authentic from the German, from our university. Another one is also corresponding to our research focus, like energy and renewable energy we're talking about here. And also the global production management. It sounds a little bit abstract, but it's actually it's in the meaning of, so to say, industrial engineering. Students will learning virtual engineering, for example, here under this. And at the final, in the 6th semester, we have this hands-on industry training program. We call it the Smart Factory and Industry. This combined with the 3 companies here, if you see here the logos, this is based on our own, so to say, our own networks with these 3 companies, not just only from the KIT, but also from the international department, our school. So we're sending our excellent students directly go to like a Bosch or Daimler or Carl Zeiss to have a training program. This training program is not similar like a internship. Students will have a chance to really involved in a scientific topic, and then through this topic, the company will evaluate the students with their ideas. How you're gonna, for example, I break up my glasses into 1,000 pieces. How you gonna repair it? It's not the case like you cannot put this 1,000 pieces into a hole, then you're a bad student. It's not like that. They will evaluate the idea, how you're going to repair it, and you're going to prove it will works, how you're going to works. This is actually the whole process. And after that, students on top of that will have a chance to stay in the company for a further internship, or even writing the bachelor thesis in those companies. You can see in the right side, the beautiful lady called Isha Gandhi. She used to study by us, and as she came here in our program, she couldn't speak any German, but now she can speak German, would communicate with the German language. And she started her career in a project manager at Daimler AG, so Mercedes-Benz Group, as in R&D department. If you're interested in our program, yearly we have holding this summer school for our students. You can find the dates for the 2021. Normally we will have also have this third week in July, also in August and so on. Yeah. This is the admissions requirements. I would like to introduce a little bit. So it's not so complex like you apply for the other universities in USA or in UK. We accept quite a common international so to say certificate like IB diploma, like a GA levels, English program, like a US high school diploma or German Abitur, or the other kind of certificates that from the country wise that you need to finding the concrete informations for to with us. Excellent grades in math and physics is what we await from our students, because the program in Mechanical Engineering International is actually in the it's overwhelming in this place. Okay, the second school I would like to introduce in the technology business school. This is actually a, so to say, master in part-time structure. We offer 6 programs here: management of the products and development, production operations management. One is also relevant to the automotive in engineering, for example, mobility system engineering management, and energy, and also financial engineering, and also relevant to the computer science, like information systems, energy engineering management. First of all, I would like to show you this management of product and development here. Students will have a chance to learn the design and validation of a process and information systems for product and development, like agile system design is in the buzzword here. And also students will can spending 2 weeks, actually, if there is no pandemic, will spending 2 weeks in China for their 5th module. And another one is like production operation management here. Here you will also always facing lots of topics like industrial services, like information systems, like computer science for engineers, fundamentals, or operations research, or even the IT support of the production systems in the production line. Mobility system engineering management is also for corresponding to our programs here in automotive engineering. For example, is for now the hot topic in the automotive branch, like advanced driver assistance systems, like the e-mobility is now the trend. Also in the automobile branch or other branch too. Then we'll be talking about in the MSM, so mobility system. Any renewable energy will be the hot topic, like a decarbonized topic, or like a renewable energy, like the thermal energy conversion and energy storage will be also the topic here. Like electricity generation energy strategy will be also talking about in this program. Financial engineering, I would like to put a little bit word on it on this. It's not like a banking system like you imagine. Financial engineering, what we talked here is one of the biggest part is using the industrial area. For example, the risk management, industrial capital management, and so on. Last but not least, we also offer this information system engineering program. For example, you can learn software engineering here. You can also choose the major further in the higher semester in digital services and automotive and autonomous robotics as majors to choose. This program, Rapid Pop, is like 2 years, always in English, taught in English, and they are taught in the module-wise. That means 5 modules are engineering modules, and 5 modules are management modules. And each module will consist like 2 weeks. In whole program, it consists by like 2 years. After the 10 modules of study, so 20 weeks, 20 weeks, then like 20 months later, you shall writing a bachelor thesis. Then students after that will get a final degree of a KIT Master of Science with 90 ECTS points. We don't have, for this program, we don't have any process deadline. So student can always apply during the year, but we just give you a suggest that you can start your first semester in October, like the regular semester we have. But as I mentioned, it's a rolling applications process. Requirements for this program is like we await you have a minimum, have a bachelor degree. And most important things in here is differently is we really focus on to evaluate your job experiences. This job experience minimum 2 years are quite essential for study this program. And furthermore, if you have don't have any English, this is taught in English, so we need like a TOEFL test or equal to the TOEFL test English test for non-native speakers. Based on that, we have this certificate course you can choose. There will be like a 3 to 5 days seminar, and you can choose in the 4 areas disciplinaries like energy, industrial 4.0, or digitalizations or mobility. I think the time is a little bit running up, and then I will wrap it up at the final page. Here is listed in the simple, so to say, the information of our 2 schools. Left side is Calben School with the bachelor, and the right side with the Hector School with the master. If you have time, then please take a picture of that. And also my contacts. Welcome you to contact with me. Then now I would like to come down to the next stage. Welcome you raise your questions to us.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Reaction, for your explanation, for your presentations. Now we move on to question and answer session. We have several questions already for you. The first one, is it possible if we would like to apply for our master degree without having any German language certificate? So we can just simply use our TOEFL or our IELTS. Is it possible to apply to KIT without having any German language certificate?
Basically for these 2 schools, because these 2 programs are, so to say, just now, not only 2 programs, I mean, the programs is actually school-wise. For these 2 schools programs are all taught in English, so none of the German word will need it. So we do not need any German word.
Okay, because the lesson will be taught in English or in German?
In English, totally in English. These 2 programs, one of the Bachelor Mechanical Engineering International, another one is there's 6 majors in the master. This all taught in English. None of the German word will need it. So German proficiency test is not necessary for these 2 programs.
Well noted. Next question. Is there any major focus on non-renewable energy? Maybe it's not related to Carbon School or Hector School, but is there any major focus on renewable energy that close to fluid dynamics or heat transfer for master program in KIT? Do you know any information
I
regarding that?
I think these two schools all have this energy engineering management. This one is I'm showing this page. Meanwhile,
Okay.
this is actually the energy engineering management. This is all talking about renewable energy here in the master program. Another one is like in our bachelor degree here. You can see at the right side, energy engineering.
Okay.
We also offer this in the bachelor degree, so they can further their study if you like. They can further their study even just in our international department for English, always in English, to learning till the master in this area, in this disciplinary in renewable energy. So I'm not sure. Have I answered the question?
Yeah, the question is actually about the master degree for renewable energy. Is it available?
Yeah,
And also in English.
yeah.
Okay.
Just I'm saying just at the first part. This is actually you see the first module here. There is a word already showed renewables.
Renewables. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very well noted. Next questions. Is it possible to have a scholarship for any joint research program? For example,
For
we have
engage.
already have the bachelor degree, then we are working, but we would like to have master degree in Germany at a Hector school, for example. Is there any like scholarship or joint research program for Indonesian students?
For these two programs, we're not offer any scholarship. But for the master here, this program master here, our students from Indonesia used to have this scholarship in LPDP.
LPDP.
So I would like to encourage our students to searching this opportunity in LPDP too. Another one is like a DAD scholarship. You might also knowing that. Another one is like, but it's not for master. Maybe it's for PhD. There is also lots of national scholarships for in German government. They can apply for, but it's mostly are in for the PhD. I think most workable for this program, if they would like to. I would like to encourage them to search for the help for support from the PDP. But from school side or from the KIT side, there is no directly scholarship on this.
All right. So very well noted. So actually, we can search for our own scholarship from other sectors, and then we can apply that scholarship to go to Hector School or to Ben's school, right?
Yeah. Just put
Same
on
with
that. We
LPDP.
really did have some students from Indonesia students who have this LPDP successfully applied.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they join the LPDP and then they go to Hector School, right?
The concretely process, I'm not knowing how they gonna handle it, but I think for the LPDP they need a minimum for the list ranking system for this universities, and how is the program looking at, and whether they can get admission from our program, then they can apply though. I think this is the but in the details, I think they shall contact with the LPDP as further.
Okay. So basically, there is no scholarship offer from the Hector School, but we can search for other source, and then we can apply to Hector School through that scholarship, right?
Yes.
Okay, very well noted. I think that's all for the question and answer sessions. We have done 45 minutes, and thank you very much for the time and for the presentations.
Thank you.
Mr. Yaxian, And have a good day. And we do hope that the pandemic will be over soon so we can start our normal life again, and we can continue for our student, Indonesian student can continue their master or even their bachelor degree in Germany. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
yeah, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Have a
Thank
good
you. I
day.
hope so, Jim. You too, Harris. Thank you for organizing this and accompanying your whole presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. Am I audible? Can you hear me? Ibu Agnes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Halo.
Hello.
Selamat sore.
Selamat sore, Ibu.
Selamat
Okay,
sore.
we will start the second session. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to EHEF Indonesia 2020 Goes Online. My name is Aris, and I'm going to be moderating this webinar. This webinar is going to be presented by Mrs. Agnes or Ibu Agnes, the representative of IUBH. Please stay tuned until the end of this webinar because we will hold a question and answer session. If you have any questions about the presentation or anything related to the country's higher education, you can submit your question in YouTube's comment section anytime throughout the presentation. Later, Ibu Agnes will answer your questions live. And without any further ado, please welcome Ibu Agnes for her presentation.
Thank you, Aris. Thank you, Aris. Halo, selamat sore semuanya. Nama saya Agnes Andriani, saya dari IUBH, University of Applied Sciences yang ada di Jerman. Kenapa saya bisa berbicara bahasa Indonesia? Karena saya asli orang Indonesia, 1,5 tahun yang lalu saya pindah ke Jerman dan sekarang bekerja di IUBH. Oke, saya sekarang akan share the screen. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Oke, terima kasih. Oke, jadi saya akan berbicara mengenai bagaimana kalian bisa mendapatkan your German degree in English and then you can pursue your career in Europe. Oke, sebelumnya mari kita berbicara sedikit mengenai employability di Germany. Kalau kita berbicara mengenai studi di Jerman, pasti kita juga akan berbicara sedikit mengenai kesempatan untuk bisa tinggal dan bekerja di Jerman setelah kalian lulus, ya. Kalian bisa melihat di employability statistik yang ada di screen, ya, published data German Federal Employment Agency. Di sini kalian bisa melihat bahwa angka pengangguran yang ada di Jerman itu dari tahun ke tahun, mulai dari tahun 2017 sampai ke akhir tahun 2019 mengalami penurunan. Jadi di angka terakhir sekitar 4,8%. Dan juga angka pengangguran dari mereka yang mempunyai latar belakang pendidikan itu di Jerman hanya 2,5%, yang mana angka pengangguran ini jauh di bawah rata-rata EU average, ya. Kemudian juga di Jerman sendiri, everybody here is treated equally. We all here have the same opportunity, ya, tanpa membedakan antara pria dan wanita ataukah dari nationality atau background yang berbeda, semuanya mendapatkan kesempatan yang sama. Oke, next masih seputar employability di Germany. Seperti kalian lihat bahwa perekonomian di Germany sangat ditopang oleh small medium enterprises atau UMKM, yang mana adalah merupakan tulang punggung dari perekonomian di Jerman. Dan 73% dari SMI atau UMKM ini mempekerjakan international workers. Dan kalian bisa lihat di bidang mana saja mereka bekerja, ada di hospitality atau food service, kemudian ada di service industry, agriculture, warehousing, construction, and manufacturing. Dan bagaimana UMKM ini mendapatkan international workers? Mereka mencari dari international graduates, yaitu kalian-kalian yang datang ke Jerman, studi di Jerman, lulus dan kemudian mendapatkan job di Jerman. Ini artinya international workers atau international graduates seperti kalian itu memegang peranan yang penting untuk membantu pembangunan perekonomian di Jerman. Ya, Saat ini memang dalam situasi pandemi memang tidak hanya di Jerman, tidak hanya di Indonesia, tapi di semua negara memang mengalami krisis. Akan tetapi overall perekonomian di Jerman masih consider sebagai powerhouse ekonomi di Eropa, jadi masih number one in Europe dan juga masih di peringkat keempat di dunia. Oke, next. Sekarang kita beralih kepada visa regulation. Seperti yang kalian lihat, pada saat kalian datang ke Jerman untuk studi, dengan student visa, itu kalian boleh bekerja selama kurang lebih 240 days part-time atau 120 days full-time. Ya, atau kalau dihitung per week, kira-kira kalian boleh bekerja selama 20 hours. Kemudian setelah itu, setelah kalian lulus, kalian boleh tinggal extend your visa di Jerman selama 18 bulan yang memungkinkan kalian untuk mencari job, full-time job di sini di Jerman, ya. Dan kemudian setelah itu kalau kalian bisa secure a professional job dengan minimum annual gross yang kami minta kurang lebih sekitar 50.000 euro, kalian boleh apply blue card, ya. Jadi blue card ini mungkin kalian lebih familiar dengan green card dari Amerika, jadi kurang lebih sama. Kalian punya hak untuk tinggal dan untuk bekerja tidak hanya di Jerman tapi di seluruh negara-negara Uni Eropa. Oke. Sekarang saya akan menjelaskan dan introduce lebih lanjut mengenai IUBH, ya, University of Applied Sciences. Di Jerman sendiri terdapat dua tipe universitas. Yang pertama yaitu a university atau biasanya kita sebut research-based university owned by German state, yang mana mereka lebih berfokus kepada theoretical knowledge dan research development. Sementara untuk University of Applied Sciences seperti IUBH, di sini kami lebih berfokus kepada applicable, lebih kepada a practical component. Jadi applied sciences di sini bukan artinya kita menawarkan program studi sains, tetapi fokus kami lebih kepada practical, applicable, ya, components. Jadi IUBH ini memang aim kami adalah mempersiapkan anak didik kami untuk siap kerja pada saat mereka lulus, ya. Jadi memang dua tipe universitas yang berbeda. Jadi yang satu research based university, yang satu lagi adalah applied sciences university. Jadi lebih kepada sifatnya lebih practical. Oke, beberapa facts and figures yang kalian bisa lihat di screen. Jadi universitas kami sudah berdiri kurang lebih 22 tahun, jadi di tahun 1998. Kami mempunyai 17 lokasi dan 40 examination centers. 2 kampus kami untuk international students yang kalian bisa lihat di sana, di Bad Honnef, di bawah Düsseldorf. Ini adalah our main campus, dan kemudian kampus yang kedua ada di Berlin. Kami mempunyai kurang lebih 40.000 mahasiswa, berasal dari 110 negara yang berbeda. Kemudian kami juga menawarkan program bachelor, program master, a pathway to bachelor, pathway to master, pre-university, dan pre-masters. Dan kami juga bekerja sama dengan lebih dari 6.000 business partners yang ada di Jerman maupun di Uni Eropa. Oke. Sekarang saya akan membahas sedikit mengenai kampus kami. Ya, yang pertama adalah Bad Honnef sebagai our main campus. Bad Honnef sendiri letaknya adalah di kota kecil yang mana sangat nyaman, suasananya sangat kondusif untuk kalian belajar. Ya, akan tetapi Bad Honnef ini juga sangat dekat dengan kota Bonn, ya, kota besar lainnya seperti Bonn, juga Cologne yang mana kalian lebih familiar. Dan Bonn ini yang kalian masih ingat mungkin juga adalah merupakan capital city of former capital city of West Germany pada saat tembok Jerman masih berdiri, masih terpisah. Kemudian juga sangat dekat dengan Köln yang mana juga banyak international turis yang senang datang ke Köln, ya, untuk menikmati kotanya, dan sangat dekat sekali, hanya sekitar 30 menit dari Bad Honnef ke Bonn atau dari Bad Honnef ke Köln, dan kalian bisa menikmati ini dengan regional train, ya. Jadi kalian bisa commute. Kami juga punya beberapa student yang tinggal di Bonn ataupun tinggal di Köln karena ada keluarga atau teman, dan mereka commute by train setiap hari. Seperti kalian lihat juga di sini ya, di dua gambar yang ada di screen, memang kampus kami ini a very green campus, sangat hijau. Ya, akan tetapi memang this is a modern, a campus building, yang mana kami juga menyediakan on-campus accommodation atau student dormitory di kampus kami di Bad Honnef. Kemudian yang kedua adalah our second campus yang ada di Berlin. Ya, seperti kalian tahu, Berlin adalah the capital city of Germany, ibu kota negara Jerman, kota besar, salah satu kota terbesar di Jerman, yang juga kotanya sendiri sangat cantik, penuh dengan sejarah. Ya, jadi kalau kalian yang suka belajar mengenai European history, world history, Berlin adalah tempatnya untuk kalian bisa menikmati museum ataupun arts gallery, ya, yang sifatnya memang berhubungan dengan sejarah ataupun arts, dan juga salah satu kota pelajar favorit untuk anak-anak Indonesia, karena memang living cost di Berlin itu walaupun kota besar tetapi jauh lebih affordable dibandingkan kota besar yang lain di Jerman. Kemudian untuk kampus kami sendiri letaknya adalah persis di tengah kota Berlin, ya, di distrik yang namanya Mitte dan Lichtenberg, yang mana kampus ini memang posisinya itu sangat dekat dengan beberapa ada shopping mall di sana, juga kemudian ada beberapa restoran, Asian supermarket, yang mana kalau kalian mau mencari untuk makan atau untuk grocery itu juga memudahkan untuk kalian, ya. Oke, kemudian next adalah program studi yang kami tawarkan untuk program bachelor, ya, atau S1. Kami menawarkan aviation management, international management, hospitality, marketing, dan computer science. Untuk program S1 atau bachelor, program kami durasinya adalah 6 semester atau 3 tahun. Akan tetapi kalau kalian mengambil dual degree program, kalian harus kuliah 1 semester ekstra, jadi totalnya adalah 7 semester, akan tetapi kalian akan mendapatkan degree dari 2 universitas, jadi dari IUPS dan dari our partner university. Kemudian untuk intake, kami mempunyai 2 kali intake dalam setahun, spring dimulai di bulan April, dan autumn intake dimulai di bulan Oktober. Kemudian next adalah our master program. Jadi kami menawarkan beberapa program studi master seperti yang kalian bisa lihat, mulai dari MBA, Engineering Management, IT Management, Aviation, Human Resource, Finance and Accounting, Healthcare, Hospitality, Computer Science, Transport and Logistics, Big Data, and so on. Dan juga Master of International Management dengan specializations seperti Hospitality, Engineering Management, IT, dan lain sebagainya. Untuk durasi master program kami ada 2, yaitu yang pertama adalah 2 semester atau 1 year master, dan 4 semester atau 2 year master program. Dan untuk MBA kami punya 1 year MBA atau 1.5 year MBA with specializations. Jadi kalian bisa mengambil program contoh MBA with specializations in Finance and Accounting, misalkan. Kemudian untuk intake, untuk program studi master, sama seperti dengan program bachelor kami, yaitu spring dimulai di bulan April dan autumn dimulai di bulan Oktober. Untuk program MBA sendiri, kami punya 4 intake dalam setahun, yaitu April, Mei, Oktober, dan November. Oke, next adalah clubs and society, yang mana kalian bisa join di sini, karena kami memang menginginkan student kami tidak hanya konsentrasi untuk belajar otomatis, tetapi kalian juga punya kesempatan untuk meneruskan hobi kalian, di mana kalian di sini juga bisa mendapatkan teman, exchange culture, ya, ataupun extend your network juga dengan mengikuti beberapa clubs dan society yang ada di kampus, ya, mulai dari basketball, volleyball, soccer, badminton, dan lain sebagainya. Atau untuk kalian yang suka masak, misalkan bisa join chef society, atau kalian yang suka public speaking, atau you want to learn more about foreign language, kalian bisa join di Speakers Corners dan beberapa societies yang lain. Oke, next adalah why should I study at the IUBH? Oke, yang pertama adalah number one, a reason is about the global career. Seperti yang kalian tahu bahwa seperti yang saya sampaikan di awal bahwa universitas kami mempunyai fokus yang jelas, jadi memang mempersiapkan anak didik kami untuk bisa mendapatkan job setelah mereka lulus. Jadi based on our alumni survey, 94% dari lulusan kami mendapatkan job dalam waktu 6 bulan setelah mereka lulus. Dan 75% dari graduate kami bekerja di international environment, dan even 33% dari mereka actually work abroad, ya, jadi bekerja di luar negeri. Dan bagaimana kami bisa memberikan kesempatan ini kepada kalian, karena di kampus kami memiliki career assistant kepada kalian untuk bisa mendapatkan internship dan juga job offer setelah kalian lulus. We do not guarantee, however, we assist our students, we guide our students, we help, we support our students to be able to get an internship and also job offer after they graduate. Caranya adalah dengan memberikan banyak sekali training, memberikan banyak sekali workshop. Kalian bisa lihat di sana how to write a CV, how to write a good cover letter, how to learn more about German culture, salary and contract negotiation. Kalian juga mendapatkan free German course selama kalian studi di kami. Kami juga membantu mereview job application documents. Banyak juga memberikan corporate events, mengundang banyak sekali business partner untuk datang ke kampus, untuk sharing their experience, ya. Kemudian kami juga organize career office, career day di kampus juga, yang mana kesempatan buat kalian untuk bertemu dengan beberapa future employer kalian, ya. Dan kalian bisa do job interview juga di sana, and so on and so on. So this kind of support bisa kalian dapatkan di IUBH selama masa studi kalian, dan ini tidak ada additional cost yang kalian harus bayar karena termasuk di dalam tuition fee kami, ya. Oke, next adalah practical approach. Seperti yang tadi juga saya sampaikan di awal bahwa IUBH as a University of Applied Sciences memang fokus kepada practical approach, yang mana metode pembelajaran kami adalah dengan banyak memberikan case study, live case study kepada para student kami. They also have to do a lot of projects and also internship as well di program bachelor maupun master program. Kemudian juga field trips to well-known companies, dialogues with recognized business partners, dan juga our professors have minimum 5 years industry experience untuk membantu develop practical relevant skills dari our students. Ya. Kemudian next adalah beberapa perusahaan yang mana alumni kami bekerja. Seperti kalian bisa lihat ada banyak sekali international multinational companies di sana seperti Hyundai, Tesla, Volkswagen, Lufthansa, Etihad, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Ernst & Young, KPMG, Allianz, Commerce Banks, dan lain sebagainya. Ya, oke. Next adalah highest quality as our principle. Ini juga penting untuk kalian ketahui pada saat kalian memutuskan untuk studi di mana, di universitas apa, kalian juga harus tahu mengenai apa kualitas dari universitas tersebut. Yang mana untuk IUBH kami sudah mendapatkan German State Accreditations. Ini artinya kami adalah private university yang sudah mendapat pengakuan dari pemerintah Jerman, yang artinya adalah kualitas kami ini sama dengan public university yang ada di Jerman. Ya, oke. Kemudian yang kedua, kami juga mendapatkan top rating untuk 3 kategori yang tertera, yaitu overall study condition, internationality, dan juga number 1 university in career advancement. Dan ranking ini kami dapatkan dari CSE. Jadi CSE adalah Central for Higher Education, yang mana mereka mengakses atau mengakreditasi universitas yang ada di Jerman. Ini adalah belongs to German government, yang mana mereka mengakses setiap institusi atau universitas itu berdasarkan spesialisasi masing-masing, ya. Dan specialization kami ada di internationality dan juga career advancement, dan kami sudah mendapatkan top rating untuk kategori-kategori yang merupakan spesialisasi dari universitas kami. Kemudian next adalah FIBA. FIBA juga akreditasi body yang mana mereka mengakses atau mengakreditasi semua business management schools di negara-negara yang berbahasa Jerman seperti Jerman, Switzerland dan Austria. Dan kami juga sudah mendapatkan 5 premium seals untuk program FIBA ini, ya. Kemudian kami juga mendapatkan Hotel School Distinction. Kami juga merupakan founding members dari Hotel School Distinction. Kami juga mendapatkan kami juga merupakan founding member dari Hotel School Distinction, yang mana kami bekerja sama dengan beberapa hotel schools yang ada di Eropa untuk menawarkan program khususnya memang hotel ataupun hospitality management, ya. Kemudian next adalah AACSB Business Education Alliance Membership, dan kami juga recently adalah a member dari AACSB, yang mana AACSB ini diconsider sebagai one of the highest accreditation body in the world, yang mana mereka juga mengakreditasi semua business and management schools di masing-masing negara, dan IUBA sendiri adalah merupakan a member of AACSB. Oke, next adalah international focus. Walaupun kami adalah a German University, akan tetapi semua program studi kami dideliver dalam bahasa Inggris, ya. Kemudian juga students dan profesor kami berasal dari 110 nations yang berbeda. Kami juga menawarkan foreign language during your study, dan juga a free German language course seperti yang tadi saya sudah sampaikan. Dan kesempatan ini mendapatkan free German language course jangan kalian sia-siakan, karena at the end of the day, if you want to live and work here in Germany, it's a benefit for you to be able to speak the language, ya. Jadi kesempatan kalian untuk mendapatkan a higher job, a better job itu lebih besar. Kemudian study abroad opportunities untuk one exchange semester ataupun 2 semester untuk double degree. Next adalah individual care, jadi kami memberikan support yang sifatnya akademik maupun non-akademik, dan juga di kampus Bad Honnef kami menyediakan student accommodations, ya, di dalam kampus, dan untuk kalian yang ingin kuliah di kampus Berlin, kami mempunyai list dari off-campus accommodation option yang mana kalian bisa memilih berdasarkan dengan preference kalian. Oke, next adalah saya hanya mau share sedikit mengenai mengenai alumni, successful alumni kami, Sarah Chen. Ya, Sarah originally dari China, dan dia mengambil kuliah di master program MBA di IUBH, ya. Kemudian setelah dia lulus, dia mendapatkan job di Kumpan Elektrik. Ini adalah merupakan a manufacturing companies, ya, di dekat Bonn, yang mana bagaimana dia mendapatkan job offer ini karena rekomendasi dari Mesu Sandusel yang merupakan our director career service department yang ada di Bad Honnef, dan karena memang Kumpan Elektrik adalah business partner IUBH, pada saat itu mereka mencari staff baru, ya, mereka mau employ seseorang yang berasal dari China karena memang mereka mau membuka koneksi antara Jerman dengan China, khususnya di Shanghai, dan akhirnya Susan memperkenalkan Sarah dengan Kumpan Elektrik, dan setelah job interview dengan senang hati Kumpan memberikan kontrak kepada Sarah, karena memang tugasnya Sarah adalah sebagai project manager dan coordinator yang menghubungkan antara head office di Bonn dan juga di Shanghai. Oke, ini juga ada alumni kami dari Vietnam yang juga mendapatkan job offer di Facebook setelah juga mendapatkan rekomendasi dari Misu Sandusel juga yang ada di Bad Honnef. Kemudian ada beberapa successful alumni lagi yang saya tidak bisa share di sini semuanya, tetapi saya bisa memberikan linknya nanti sehingga kalian bisa mendapatkan lebih banyak reference, ya, mengenai career service department kami yang memang benar-benar memberikan support dan guidance untuk our international students and also our graduates. Oke, sedikit mengenai bachelor entry criteria. Jadi di sini saya akan membahas mengenai syarat untuk apply ke program S1 kami, yaitu kami akan melihat dari nilai SMA, ya ijazah SMA juga kita lihat. Kemudian kami juga require untuk syarat bahasa Inggris, bisa dengan IELTS 6.0 ataupun TOEFL 80, ataupun Duolingo 90 to 100%, ataupun Pearson Test. Dan kami juga bisa menerima mereka-mereka yang berstudi di international school seperti IB, A-level, ataupun dengan SAT, ataupun any other American or Australian qualifications, ya. Dan untuk mereka yang mengambil studi di international schools, mereka bisa mendapatkan English waiver, jadi tidak perlu ambil tes IELTS ataupun TOEFL, ya. Kalau nilainya memenuhi syarat, kami bisa menawarkan direct ke bachelor, akan tetapi kalau nilainya tidak memenuhi syarat, harus mengambil program pathway either 1 semester or 2 semesters. Untuk program master itu juga sama, kami melihat dari GPA atau IPK dari S1 kalian. Kalau memenuhi syarat, bisa langsung masuk ke program masters. Kalau tidak memenuhi syarat, artinya kalian harus mengambil pathway to master ataupun ada predetermined entry test yang harus kalian ambil, ya. Untuk program 1 tahun atau 1 tahun atau 2 tahun tergantung dari S1 background kalian. Kalau kalian mengambil program 3 tahun S1 harus mengambil program master 2 tahun. Kalau background S1 kalian 4 tahun bisa mengambil program master program master 1 tahun. Syarat bahasa Inggris sama, kurang lebih IELTS 6,0 atau TOEFL IBT 80 atau dengan Duolingo test. Untuk MBA sama, hanya bedanya adalah kalian harus punya pengalaman kerja 1 tahun, ya full time sebelum kalian apply program MBA di kami, ya. Syarat yang lain sama, untuk nilai juga sama, untuk IELTS ataupun TOEFL requirement juga sama. Hanya bedanya di 1 year work experience full time. Oke, sedikit mengenai discount and scholarships. Jadi di IUBA sendiri kami juga menawarkan program diskon dan scholarship. Seperti kalian bisa lihat potongan di deposit payment sebesar 1.000 euro. Ataupun juga pathway scholarships kalau kalian perlu program pathway sebelum ke bachelor atau master program, dan juga scholarship untuk mereka yang mempunyai this is a merit based scholarship, jadi memang untuk kalian yang mempunyai nilai yang tinggi minimum 80%, dan syarat IELTS yang kami minta yaitu kurang lebih IELTS 6,0. Kalian bisa apply di salah satu program scholarships kami, ya, beasiswa kami, dan ini bukan full scholarships, ini hanya tuition discount yang mana jumlahnya kurang lebih sekitar 1.500 sampai 2.500 euro. Oke, presentasi saya akhiri di sini. Kalian bisa kontak saya melalui email di a.andriani@iubh.de ataupun menghubungi kolega saya, Mbak Yulita dan Mbak Linda di southeastasia@iubh.de. Mas Aris, apakah saya masih punya waktu untuk memutar video sebentar?
Boleh, Ibu, silakan.
Masih ya, hanya sekitar 3 menit saja.
Oke,
ini
silakan,
video.
Ibu.
Oke, jadi video yang akan saya putar adalah kampus Bad Honnef kami, ya. Jadi kalian bisa mendapatkan bayangan mengenai our main campus di Bad Honnef. Oke, saya hanya mau memastikan bahwa sound oke.
Hey, welcome to IUBH Bad Honnef. Today we're going to show you a little bit around our wonderful campus.
Or maybe we can go to some surrounding areas around too.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe things thousands of miles away from here.
The first nice thing in Bad Honnef campus is that there is Dalmaya Cafe, where you can get your coffee every morning, or some sandwiches, or some delicious donuts, where you can eat something to go before your classes. There are multiple restaurants where there are some lunch packages. There's the Mensa, there's Anon, where you can get delicious food over there.
The library is an awesome place to study at. It's very quiet and you can gather with your other study mates, and if you have questions you can always ask them.
have many offices, like the career office, like the students office, where you can go and ask about anything you want for, and they're very helpful with any papers you need, with any questions you want. We have a very nice bar on campus. It's called Charlie's, where you can just go chill there after a very stressful day of lectures, and where you can meet new friends and have fun.
Bad Honnef is close to the bigger city Cologne. Cologne is a great place to find work at if you would like to, but also to just enjoy a wonderful sunny day. You could go to the Cologne Cathedral, you could walk over the bridge with the wonderful love locks, or you could have a view over all Cologne from the Triangle Tower.
It's very nice for a night out with your friends, some bars, some drink. It's such a beautiful city. I recommend you to come here.
Oke. Oke, Mas Aris, saya kembalikan ke Mas Aris untuk question and answer sessions. Terima kasih.
Baik, terima kasih Bu atas presentasinya yang sangat mengesankan. Jadinya saya yang mau kuliah nih kayaknya.
Ayo, monggo silahkan, saya tunggu.
Oke, baik Ibu Agnes, ini kita sudah ada beberapa pertanyaan dari para peserta webinar. Ada beberapa pertanyaan yang intinya sama, pertanyaannya mengenai beasiswa. Jadi baik untuk yang S1 ataupun master ataupun nanti S3. Itu cara untuk mendapatkan beasiswa baik dari kampus, dari IUBH-nya, ataupun mungkin dari pihak lain atau pihak luar, misalnya dari DAAD, DAD, atau dari LPDP kalau memungkinkan misalnya, itu ada nggak sih Bu possibility untuk bisa dapat scholarship baik dari IUBH sendiri ataupun dari luar nanti kuliahnya di IUBH misalnya?
Oke, ya terima kasih Mas Aris untuk pertanyaannya. Untuk beasiswa yang tadi sudah saya sampaikan, jadi di IUBH sendiri kami menawarkan partial scholarships, jadi ini bukan full scholarships, yang intinya memang untuk partial scholarship ini adalah merit based, jadi memang berdasarkan nilai. Ya, nilai dari kalau untuk bachelor berarti nilai SMA yang kita lihat, untuk master candidates berarti nilai S1 yang kita lihat. Dan cara untuk me-apply beasiswa kami adalah yang pertama kalian harus submit dulu applications ke kami, dan kemudian setelah itu study advisor. Jadi pada saat kami menerima dokumen, kami akan assign masing-masing candidates berdasarkan dari negara mana mereka berasal, dan kami mempunyai study advisor yang adalah juga orang Indonesia. Kebetulan namanya sama dengan saya, Agnes Salim. Jadi Agnes yang biasanya akan meng-assess dokumen, dan dia akan melihat kalau memang kita recognize bahwa nilainya adalah minimum 80%, kami bisa encourage student ini untuk apply our merit-based scholarships berdasarkan 4 kriteria yang sudah saya jelaskan tadi. Mungkin saya bisa share sekali lagi di sini ya. Jadi ada 4 kategori, dan nanti Agnes akan di sini. Jadi nanti Agnes akan advice yang mana nih yang cocok untuk di-apply. Nah, karena memang ini sifatnya adalah harus apply terlebih dahulu, yang artinya memang pada saat apply ini artinya bukan berarti otomatis langsung dapat, akan tetapi paling tidak sudah masuk di istilahnya shortlisted candidates ya. Kemudian komite akan berusaha untuk melihat apakah karena harus memang kita assess berdasarkan semua aplikasi yang masuk ya. Setelah itu akan kita lihat kalau memang memungkinkan untuk memenuhi kriteria kami akan berikan beasiswa ini yang mana sifatnya berupa tuition discount atau potongan uang kuliah yang jumlahnya adalah kisaran 1.500 sampai 2.500, dipotongkan di tahun pertama saja. Jadi untuk yang mau ambil bachelor misalkan, kalau program 3 tahun berarti potongan ini hanya diberikan di tahun pertama. Kalau master 2 tahun misalkan berarti potongan ini hanya diberikan di master tahun pertama saja. Untuk apply beasiswa DAAD harus saya rasa memungkinkan, akan tetapi untuk LPDP saya kurang pas. Saya rasa kalau LPDP kan mereka mempunyai preferred list ya, yang mana kami belum termasuk di dalam preferred list dari penerima LPDP scholarships. Jadi masih belum memungkinkan untuk LPDP. Akan tetapi kalau mau apply langsung ke IUBH ataupun mungkin beasiswa yang diberikan oleh DAAD, saya rasa ini memungkinkan. Gitu Mas Aris, saya
Oke,
ya.
baik Ibu Agnes, terima kasih atas jawabannya. Lalu ada pertanyaan berikutnya, masih berhubungan sebenarnya. Jadi misalnya kita mau apply di IUBH, lalu kan nanti ada serangkaian harus ngisi application form, harus ngisi submit documents, dan semua step-stepnya. Lalu misalnya udah di-granted nih, misalnya diterima, itu nanti pengurusan visa dan segala macamnya apakah bakal ada bantuan atau misalnya kita apply visa sendiri di sini atau bagaimana ya kalau dari IUBH ya?
Oke, di IUBH kami bekerja sama dengan, kami mempunyai, ada Mbak Linda dan Mbak Yulita yang tadi saya sampaikan. Jadi Mbak Linda dan Mbak Lita adalah tim kami, Southeast Asia Representative IUBH yang kebetulan base-nya memang di Jakarta, Indonesia. Mungkin Mbak Yulita dan Mbak Linda bisa turn on your camera. Jadi Mbak Lita dan Mbak Linda bisa membantu untuk memberikan informasi, untuk memberikan guidance, dokumen apa saja yang harus disiapkan. Biasanya mereka akan melakukan semacam bukan training ya, semacam persiapan gitu ya, persiapan sesi persiapan yang mana nanti bisa face to face ataupun dengan Zoom ya. Dokumennya apa saja, Mbak Linda, Mbak Yulita akan membantu cek. Kalau sudah semuanya, nanti bisa melakukan apply visa sendiri. Akan tetapi kami juga bekerja dengan beberapa partners yang ada di Indonesia, jadi seperti agent kami, juga bisa melalui beberapa agent kami, nanti saya bisa memberikan beberapa alternatif pilihan, mungkin yang pilih aja yang dekat dengan rumah gitu ya, jadi supaya nggak susah-susah karena ada beberapa partner kami. Nah,
lagi
nanti
pandemi juga ya Bu?
Lagi pandemi betul, jadi bisa dibantu. Sekarang semuanya gampang ya Mas Aris, kan pakai video semuanya send via email gitu ya. Jadi everything is easy sekarang, jadi bisa mau coba apply sendiri boleh, mau dengan bantuan dari beberapa agent partner kami juga bisa. Jadi nanti Mbak Lida dan Mbak Yulita akan memberikan informasi lebih lanjut mengenai hal ini. Ya, tapi akan kami bantu, kami prepare sampai nanti bisa mendapatkan visa approve untuk ke Jerman.
Oke, baik. Pertanyaan berikutnya, ini kalau untuk PhD itu ada juga nggak sih di IUBH?
Nah, untuk di IUBH kami tidak punya PhD, Mas Aris. Jadi kalau mau PhD, monggo ke public university biasanya. Betul,
baik.
lebih
Karena
ke
tadi
yang
ada
research
pertanyaan,
base.
apakah ada program PhD? Karena
No.
tadi kayaknya Bu Agnes kan belum menyebutkan. Ada di list pertanyaan tadi ada yang nanya.
Betul, kami tidak menyebutkan karena memang kami hanya menawarkan program bachelor dan master ataupun pathway to bachelor, pathway to master. Jadi untuk PhD, monggo silahkan apply ke institusi lain ya, biasanya ke public university karena memang mereka lebih ke research based university. Ya.
Kita lanjut ya Bu ya ke pertanyaan berikutnya. Ini di IUBH untuk international students, nanti kan di sana kan pasti ada living cost ya, segala macam tinggal di sana. Itu apakah ada disediakan kayak dorm untuk international students atau memang nanti mahasiswa barunya ya udah kayak disuruh cari aja lokasi di dekat kampus atau di kota terdekat dari kampusnya, atau memang ada dorm, jadi ada opsi buat international students yang mungkin lebih terjangkau gitu ya untuk bisa tinggal di dekat kampus. Itu ada nggak ya Bu?
Ada, jadi Mas Aris untuk mereka yang memutuskan untuk ke Bad Honnef campus, kami punya student dormitory sendiri di dalam kampus, jadi hanya jalan 2 menit ke kelas-kelasnya. Kemudian juga untuk rentalnya sendiri sebenarnya sangat terjangkau, kurang lebih 450 euro per bulan, itu sudah termasuk wifi, ya internet connection ya, termasuk telepon, gas, electricity, heater dan lain sebagainya. Kemudian tapi kalau misalkan lebih prefer untuk memang untuk on-campus accommodation, kita fokus untuk ke first year students. Karena kalau sudah 1 tahun, biasanya mereka kenal sama banyak teman, cari sendiri off-campus ya.
Udah lebih familiar ya.
Udah lebih familiar, betul. Betul. Jadi memang on campus biasanya memang untuk first year dan itu kita memang provide di Bad Honnef campus ya. Akan tetapi untuk yang kalian yang mau ke Berlin itu kami punya list of accommodation option. Sifatnya memang off campus karena kita tidak punya on campus sendiri ya, karena kampus kami itu yang di Berlin adalah letaknya di tengah kota, jadi tidak memungkinkan untuk provide on campus, sehingga pilihan off campus itu bisa kita provide ke students mau yang dekat kampus atau yang sedikit jauh mungkin ya. Dan biasanya untuk mereka yang ke Berlin itu karena di sini banyak sekali keluarga-keluarga Indonesia ya, jadi para tante dan om yang mana mereka itu banyak buka kos-kosan istilahnya di sini. Nah, biasanya
gitu ya?
saya titipkan. Betul, biasa saya titipkan ke para om dan tante ini. Tante, ada yang mau datang student. Oh ya, ada kamar kosong Agnes. Oh ya, ada kamar kosong Agnes. Nah, jadi pilihannya banyak juga di Berlin ya, walaupun kami tidak punya on campus, tapi off campusnya itu pilihannya ada banyak. Ya, memang agak tricky, memang mungkin sudah pernah dengar ya kalau ke Jerman nyari WG, nyari student accommodation agak tricky, makanya kita sarankan untuk apply di awal supaya kita juga bisa membantu untuk mencarikan akomodasi di Berlin maupun di Bad Honnef. Tapi pilihannya ada banyak Mas Aris, jadi nanti semuanya tergantung preference dari student masing-masing.
Nah, itu Agnes. Jadi semoga teman-teman yang memang niat mau sekolah di Jerman, terutama mau sekolah di IUBH, jadi udah dapat insight yang lebih banyak sore hari ini. Waktu Jakarta, Bu Agnes, waktu Berlin berarti ya?
Iya, masih hampir ya, masih 11.26 pagi di Berlin.
Baik. Baik, Ibu Agnes, terima kasih banyak atas waktunya, atas presentasinya. Semoga dapat menjelaskan dan menjawab pertanyaan ataupun keingintahuan dari para peserta webinar. Jadi demikian question and answer session sesi kali ini. Terima kasih banyak untuk Ibu Agnes dan teman-teman dari IUBH. Untuk berikutnya bisa menghubungi Bu Agnes apabila masih ada pertanyaan lebih lanjut.
Iya, bisa menghubungi saya berikan email address saya di sana, dan juga untuk Mbak Linda dan Mbak Yulita juga bisa menuliskan email address di sana, jadi bisa contact anytime, saya juga bisa di WhatsApp dan Line.
Oke, baik, terima kasih banyak untuk Ibu Agnes dan Mbak Linda dan Mbak Yulita atas waktu dan presentasinya. Selamat sore.
Terima kasih, selamat sore. Stay healthy. See you in Germany.
Selamat sore, terima kasih.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Hello, good day. Good afternoon. Miss Stephen, can you hear me? Mr. Stephen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, wait a second. Okay, we'll start. Hello, everybody. Welcome to EHEF Indonesia 2020 Goes Online. My name is Harris, and I will be moderating for this session. This webinar is going to be presented by Mr. Stephen from Ilminau University. Please stay tuned until the end of this webinar because we will hold a question and answer session. And if you have any question regarding the presentation or anything related to the country's higher education, you can submit your question via YouTube's comment section anytime throughout the presentation. Now, without any further ado, let's welcome Mr. Stephen as the representative of Ilminau.
Okay.
I miss yours.
So, Harris, thanks for handing over to me. Welcome to everybody from my side. I'm happy just to introduce my university, Technische Universität Ilmenau, to you. It's the University of Technology, and I feel it's an exciting place to study, and it's an exciting university. And just I would like to give you some information about. So let's start with the presentation, and later on there is options for questions, as I know. So just give me a second, please. Now you should see my presentation, and welcome to TU Ilmenau is the topic, and of course we always get the question, Ilmenau, where is Ilmenau? Where is it placed? How big is the city? All this information, because of Ilmenau is a small university and not so well known, even it has a lot of international and amazing contacts. We always say Ilmenau is placed directly in the center, in the heart of Germany. The federal state TU Ilmenau is placed in is Thuringia. You might have heard about Thuringia because of there's famous cities like Jena, Gotha, Erfurt, Eisenach. It's connected to, in the history, to Luther, to Goethe, to Schiller. And TU Ilmenau and the city Ilmenau is placed about 50 kilometers in the south of the capital of Thuringia, in the south of Erfurt. Just seeing the card, the map, we say always left, you go to Frankfurt, it's about 350 kilometers away. To the north, you come to Berlin, it's about 350 kilometers away. And in the south, you come to Munich, and it's about 350, maybe 400 kilometers away. So once again, we say Ilmenau is placed in the middle of Germany, in the heart of Germany. So the city has the own University of Technology in Thuringia, not in Germany, of course, but in Thuringia. And you see the picture here. It is an attractive location in a forest of Thuringia. And it is a small city with only 37,000 inhabitants. And it's directly linked to train connection and to railway, to highway. TU Ilmenau has a long tradition. It started in 1894 with so-called Thüringisches Technikum, and there it was a start of first training of engineers. It was a private school. It became an engineering school in 1926. In 1953, there was just changing. It was bigger and got university or high school for electrical engineering. Later on Technische Hochschule Ilmenau, and since 1992 we are a University of Technology, Technische Universität Ilmenau. Nowadays, it is a high innovative campus, high innovative and modern atmosphere, and we have some real renowned scientists teaching here and doing their research often connected with the work of our students. What is the university dealing with topics? The university consists of 5 departments. This is just maybe interesting for the structure of the university. It's not that much interesting for how to study here or how to do research, because of a lot of our study courses, a lot of activities at our university are interdisciplinary activities. So if you once should study here, you will see that your study program is offered from one of the departments, but the teachers and the subjects coming from several departments. So we have Department of Electrical Engineering and Information Technology. We have Computer Science and Automation. We have Mechanical Engineering Department. There is Mathematics and Natural Sciences, and also Economic Sciences and Media. To give you an idea about the university itself, we have just currently 5,400 students at all. And we are very proud that we have about 30%, a little more, 30% of all our students are international students coming from more than 100 countries in the world to Ilmenau. You see, we have around 1,000 staff, 100 professors around, academic staff, and also third-party funded staff. That means there are research contracts, research funding by the government, but also research orders by the industry that is done at the TU Ilmenau. But let's take a look, let's have a look at our study courses. In the bachelor's, we have 3 fields. There is first the engineering science field, and you find classical engineering programs like mechanical engineering, something like electrical engineering, but there's also exciting programs like biomedical engineering, engineering science. Second, there's the area of mathematics and natural sciences. You see chemical biotechnology, computer science, mathematics itself, and also technical physics are available in the bachelor's. And there is a field of business and social science. There is the bachelor course Applied Media and Communication Studies. This is, by the way, just one course in human sciences. That means it ends not with a Bachelor of Science, but it graduates with the Bachelor of Arts. There's Media Economics, Industrial Engineering, and Business Information Systems Engineering. These are the study fields in the bachelor degrees, and you need to know that all bachelor courses are held in German language. So you need to know German language and have skills in German for studying at our university in the bachelor's. There are 2 special programs. This is Electrical Engineering, Information Technology, and Mechanical Engineering. These 2 courses are also offered as so-called diploma programs. Diploma programs means that you do not study first in a bachelor and then in a master's degree. So it's one ongoing study course. It's about 10 semesters going through, and the diploma degree in the end is equivalent to the master degree. Advantages are just in these 2 courses, we have a clearer and easier to study structure, because of everything is just builds up on the things before. There are smaller groups, and so there's better guidance. There are time slots for international exchange. If someone wants to go out for just 1 semester for an internship or for just 1 semester abroad. And from that point of view, these 2 diploma courses are also really interesting if you want to study in mechanical engineering or electrical engineering and information technology. Let's go on with the master programs. After graduation in the bachelor's, independent from at our university or just in another university or in your home country, after graduation in a bachelor, you can switch to master programs. And we also have the engineering sciences as study field here. Most of the courses are nearby our bachelor programs, but there's also different programs, like you see, just electrochemistry and electroplating and so on. And for all master programs, most of them are held in German language, but the orange highlighted here at this slide are held in English. So you can study some courses in English. For the math and natural sciences, also different programs. The orange one, micro and nanotechnologies, is an English study program, and in business and social sciences, the media and communication science is held in English. In the engineering science, communications and signal processing, media technology, research and computer and systems engineering. These 5 programs are English. All other programs also held in German. How to come to TU Ilmenau? We say it's an easy process. It's an easy online application. Some universities cooperate with an admission system called Uni Assist. This is not the case at our university. You have direct admission at our university. There is an online applicant portal. This is just linked by tu-ilmenau.de/apply. And there you create your own account. And based on this account, you can apply. This is just by a mix of online forms you fill in, e.g. with your personal data, address, something like that. And then you need to upload scans of your document. If everything is complete, then you submit it. And this is just all for the moment. You need to know that for the evaluation of your documents, we take 25 euros for each application. And just once you submit your application, you will get a payment information after we receive the 25 euros. The process of admission is started. For bachelor admission, it takes around 4 to 6 weeks. For a master admission, it takes around 6 to 8 weeks. Then you will get your admission information. As said before, there are requirements for admission. For the bachelor programs, it's the basic requirement is the acceptance of your school leaving degree. There is an public visible database of the admission requirements in Germany. And this is called anabin.kmk.org. And it's written in German, but there you can find information how to get access to a university in Germany. And our admission office is following these rules strictly. Most students, prospective students from Indonesia, need to take a Studienkolleg before they can enter a bachelor course. But this takes 1 year more, that's right. But this is, how to say, it's a good and brilliant preparation for studying in Germany. And we often see that students who only need to take language courses for preparing for their studies are not so, how to say, not starting their studies so well and with so much experience as the students have, which are going to a Studienkolleg before. But some more information about Studienkolleg later. Studienkolleg might also be interesting from the costs of your studies. In general, you need to prove B1 level in the language, in bachelor's German, for getting a conditional admission. Conditional admission means, yes, you can study, but you need to study languages or Studienkolleg before, and C1 for a direct admission, but this does not apply if you would need to visit a Studienkolleg. Then you always will get conditional admission. For the masters, the language requirements are a little bit higher. It's minimal B2 in the language, German if it's German course, English if it's English course. But In addition, for the master programs, your former bachelor studies of your former studies at all need to fulfill some special subject-related requirements to be able to start in our master programs. So this is individual for each master course. So it really depends on what you have done before, if it fits to our master programs. Really often we get the question about study costs, and indeed living costs or studying in Germany at all might not be without money working, but maybe Ilmenau has some advantages in this direction. First, for getting the visa in Germany, you need to prove the living costs, which is officially set of 861 euros per month for 1 year in advance. That means for visa application, you usually need to prove this amount placed at a blocked account. This is 10,300 euros around that for getting the visa. But this is a theoretical amount. Living costs in Ilmenau are not that expensive. I told you about, you've seen the pictures, the photos. Ilmenau is a small city. And so this also means it's a cheaper city. There's no study fee at TU Ilmenau. You only need to cover your living costs. We have affordable rooms for students directly on campus. The only fee you need to pay for studying is an administrative service fee. You need to pay once per semester. This is in a moment about 135 euros. But this covers some service, like just the food in the student restaurant. You have just better prices than the staff and other people. And it includes a so-called semester ticket. That means you can take the trains all over in Thuringia for free during semester because of it's paid with a small amount in the semester fee. Yes, and one advantage also, especially later on for students coming here to study in a master program in English, there are free of costs accompanying language courses for international students. So you can take German beside your studies, or just also if you study in a German language, it sometimes makes sense to improve your skills more and more. These costs are as said without of costs. So let me show you an example, speaking about study costs. As said, for visa application, you need to prove the required amount for 1 year in advance. But this is not what you need to spend for your life in Ilmenau. As said, there are student dormitories directly on campus, so the rent is around 190 till 250 euros per month. This includes also all costs for heating, for electrical power and something like that. Then food, it's only an approximate amount. It really depends on your behavior. A health insurance you need to pay for, internet, mobile phone, and public broadcasting fees might be around 60 euros. You need to think about clothing and personal things. This is also an amount. It's difficult to tell you how much you would need, but it really depends on your interests and your behavior. So this is all only approximately this amount. You should, of course, count in some money for hobbies, for traveling, to getting to know Germany. And but there might be a total amount of 600 to 800 euros per month to really live as a student in Ilmenau. One more information concerning the costs. There is a residence permit for students that includes a working permit. So students are allowed to work beside their studies and have a permit for 120 working days per year or 240 half days per year. So that means in general, first priority has studying, but in second priority, working beside is allowed. Directly after graduation, you are able to get a residence permit for job seeking. And from this permit, you can switch to job residence permit, but the job needs to be according to your qualification. So that means if your graduation is just an engineering graduation, then you should work as an engineer to get the residence permit to stay in Germany for the first work experience or longer if you like. So, yes, then just I told you before that I feel my university a really, really exciting one. And there are reasons why. I studied here myself in electrical engineering and information technologies. And after graduation here, I decided to stay in this place because I really love it. So the university has a wonderful, wonderful green campus. There is a lake beside, there is the research building, the teaching buildings, the department buildings, and also the dormitories placed directly on campus. There is a big library. There's just under construction a new IT center, high-tech IT center. There's a patent library and the patent center. There are, as said, the dormitories, and student life on campus is really, really amazing. There's so many things happening, also organized by students itself in different student associations. So I really learned to love this during my studies. And indeed, if you follow those, I would say, hobbies, things beside your studies, like sports, like culture things, something like that, this takes time. But other way around, you get to know so many other people and friends, and you get support for your own studies from these people, and you can share your questions, you can find answers together. And from my point of view, it's really important to have a balance between this studying, which is a hard-working job, definitely, and between your hobbies, your free time. Find a balance. Don't forget, once you decide to study abroad, e.g. in Germany or best at TU Ilmenau, you will not only study here, you will spend a longer part of your life in this town. And so your whole life will take place for a while at the place you're going to study. At the campus, there are a lot of student associations, student initiatives. Some are subject related, like e.g. the team StarCraft you see here. They're just, the main aim is construction of autonomous racing cars. And so, of course, there's automotive engineering, mechanical, mechatronical engineering involved, but not only. I told you about interdisciplinarity. Just for such a team, you need, of course, material sciences. You need a funding, how to get that, how to contact companies to earn some support. And from that point of view, for marketing, for all these things, for publishing, for preparing events, also media and communication science students are involved because they all have special knowledge, special experience. And so, e.g. this team, StarCraft, building racing cars, is a real interdisciplinary team. And this might be an example. There's more. There's student consulting. It's economical engineering. There is Engineers Without Borders, so it means also international initiatives are there. Culture initiatives, sports, a lot of options for sports, a lot of options for culture. You will have events in Ilmenau and just on campus. There are festivals, there are international student weeks, and most of these things are really organized by the students themselves. And so this is what we say just for studying at Ilmenau. Just come to Ilmenau, study here, but also use your time for live in Ilmenau, be part of that community here on campus and in the city to get the best experience you can, because of graduation is one thing, and experience over the time of studying here is another thing. And this together makes you interesting for the job market, makes you a good person, an experienced person at all. So once again, just a view to the international campus life. We have several students from Indonesia here. Just, I'm not sure about the current numbers. The statistics is not coming out for this winter semester, but it might be around 30 students. Last winter semester, we had 38, some finished. We have students from Malaysia, from Bangladesh, but I told you about it's more than 100 countries here on the small campus. There are international student communities, there are international student associations, and of course, we have as university international cooperations with a lot of universities worldwide. And we also have a partner university in Indonesia, several in Indonesia, but one we are specially connected with is placed directly in Jakarta. It's IULI University. So what else can you expect if you come to Ilmenau? There is a special program, institution, network, a little bit of everything. Is called We4U. We4U is an initiative from the international office of the university I'm a part of, and it's aimed to welcome, to support international students at all. But it's not only just an institution of the university. There's an amazing network. We have volunteering students around, just in a buddy programs for new students, in tutors that support us on arrival to guide you. We have a lot of events during semester, got to know each other, got to know Germans, got to know Germany. These are the aims, and the idea behind is you need to feel well in our place, in our university. If you feel well, then you are able to study well. And so let's, in the end, let's say we just aim to your study success with all this support and all these programs. So then I'm more or less through with just university introduction. Waiting for your questions if there are. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your for listening to the presentation. There is just a last slide to get in contact with me. I'm working, as said, in the international office of the university. My name is Stefan Fischer. I'm responsible for study counseling for international students, and this study counseling means before you come to Ilmenau, for any question you have, you might contact me by email as written info.apply@tu-ilmenau.de. You might check the website, yes. So if there's any question, please contact me or just my colleagues at TU Ilmenau, and we will be happy to guide you. Once you come to Ilmenau, if you do so, then we also stay in contact, because of study counseling does not end with answering questions before you come. There will be a guidance, there will be support, and together with the We4U team, there is just a lot of information events, excursions to come closer to the university, to come closer to the people here and feel a little like in a new family, to be able to study successful. Thanks again.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Stefan, for the presentations. It's pretty much explained the condition there in Ilmenau. And we do hope that many interested students from Indonesia that will study in your university. There are several questions from the participants of webinar. The first one is, you mentioned before that if international student would like to take master degree in Ilmenau, it will be subjected to for subject in the bachelor degree that has been taken in Indonesia need to be adjusted with German standard, for example. Would you please explain to us what are the possible output of this adjustment? Should we retake some courses that we have done before in Indonesia, then we have to retake it in Ilmenau, so in order to get our approval to have master degree there?
Yes, of course. Thanks for that question. This is a really interesting question, and I can answer in general. There are no, how to say, standards that you need to fulfill with your bachelor course. Of course, your bachelor courses should be taken in a university with accreditation. That's more or less clear. But then there are, in the masters, there are more or less no standard courses. Each course has a special idea behind, has a special content, and is specially aimed to providing special skills, and requires some basics before. And so, of course, it's easy to say if you want to study in a master mechanical engineering, you need to be in mechanical engineering in a bachelor degree also. But what about media communication science, e.g., or just micro and nanotechnologies? This is a mix, e.g., from nature sciences, from material sciences and physics, and so that it's not clear. There is no one fitting bachelor for this program. That means, indeed, if you apply for a master, you need to submit your bachelor's degree, your transcript of records, your list of study achievements, and after a first viewing of your documents, yes, for the formal things, if they are fulfilled, your application will be forwarded into the department, and the special department responsible for the course checks each course you have done before if it fits to the requirements for this special master. But there can be also a bonus for good graduation. There can be a bonus if you have a practical experience. So it's not one-to-one. With this bachelor, you can get this master. It's a more individual decision. We can send you detailed information how it works, can send you detailed information about the requirements, but this is just a process that always guides to a lot of questions. But in general, I hope you understood it works that way.
All right. Yeah, I think it's pretty much answering my questions or the webinar participant questions. So next question will be, is there any scholarship offered by Ilmenau University for bachelor or for master? If yes, and then how are the requirements to get this scholarship?
In general, I would answer no. There are some smaller grants and scholarships that are possible, but just for funding for your whole studies, the university does not offer scholarships. There, I would like to ask you to contact the German Academic Exchange Service, DART. They offer scholarships. They have a scholarship database at the website. It might be difficult to get scholarships for the bachelor. It's a little better getting scholarships for the master programs, from my experience. And for researchers, there are most options, but please check it out. There are several scholarship institutions. We ourselves have a so-called Deutschland Stipendium, Deutschland Scholarship. This can be given for 1 year, but just you should be here. You should apply here at the university. It's funding about 300 euros per month, and it's for special good students with good study achievements, but we also check, how to say, around social activities, supporting other students, being involved in the campus life, something like that. But of course, a lot of students applying for, if you can get it, and it's only for a limited time. So you should not base your study funding on that. This might be an additional thing once you're here.
Okay, so there are some scholarship, but from other institution that we can look for from the internet or from other sources, right?
Yes.
Okay. Next question: is there any like an aerospace engineering program in Ilmenau?
No, indeed, we do not have it. We have a lot of things around. Some parts of the study courses are related and connected, but there's no aerospace engineering at TU Ilmenau.
Okay, next question. You have mentioned before that actually after we are graduated from Ilmenau, there will be a chance for us to get a job in Germany. is the possibility to get job during the pandemic quite big, or is it not that big, so we have to go back to our country? Or is there any suggestion from Ilmenau University to their students after they get graduated, whether the suggestion is you can stay here and try to get work, or it's better for you to, for example, to go back to your country and search the job there?
Well, just different answers. First, I always say just a decision where to study and what to study, and also how your life should go on after graduation is always an individual decision. So it depends on you if you prefer to stay in Germany, if you prefer to go back. It depends on family situation, so many things around. But how to say, studying in Germany, from my mind, is a chance. It's a challenge. One hand, other hand, it's a chance to get to know another different culture, different language, and you will definitely go out with a lot of experience. It makes sense also just to get first experience in a job also in this country. And if you switch anyone later back to your country, to Indonesia, you'll have a lot of experience and are just wanted by the companies also in your country. But it's not a necessary thing. So it depends on your decision. It's possible in general, as said by the residence law. Most of the students get jobs. Of course, it depends a little on the courses. Engineering's graduations are well looked for, others also, but also it depends on the person. What just a job market means to apply at a company to convince them just that you are the best person for. But the engineering sciences are just really nearby the interests of the company and by the praxis needs, and so usually it works.
Okay. Maybe the last question, because we are in the middle of the pandemic, so a lot of universities or a lot of schools are going online, right? So for Ilmenau itself, for the next term, for next year, will it be more to online courses or will it be more to present courses?
Well, just of course, I like to tell you how we're doing it in the moment, but it's really difficult to give a preview. But I would expect that next year's summer semester will run nearby or the same status as we have currently. We're in the moment running a so-called hybrid semester. That means we offer presence lectures, especially for the first semester students, because of how to say, to study online, you need to get some orientation, some knowledge how it works. And this is easier to get if you start in presence. But in parallel, there are online lectures. We know about in several countries, it's really difficult to get visa this time, and students come with delay or just do not get the visa at all. So it's possible to register as a student to study from home, the online lectures. But in the currently, there's a need to come to the examination period because of examinations are just present examinations. And so, yeah, that's it. A little bit of both. It's possible to study from home, but not to make examinations from home in the moment.
Okay, so let's hope that the condition will get better next year, so everyone can go back to the normal life, so we can continue study in a present way without any online lesson. So thank you very much, Mr. Stefan, for your time and for your presentation. We do look forward for our students to study in Ilmenau or any part of German, because we know that German is very beautiful. Germany is very beautiful and a lot of things that can be done there. And we do hope that the pandemic will be over soon, so we can simply study abroad or travel to Germany.
Yes, thanks for saying that. Thanks for the option to give the presentation of our university. And yes, we would always be glad if prospective students come from your amazing country to the small city and university in
No.
All the best to everyone. Many, many thanks.
Thank you for you too. Have a good day, Mr. Stefan.
Thanks. Same to
Yeah,
you.
goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello, good day. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello,
Hi.
Milo. How are you?
Hi, Harris. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And
Thanks for this
you will be
opportunity.
yeah, no problem. So you are the representative of Nehru University. Am I saying it correctly
Yeah, I know the
or not?
pronunciation is terrible actually for international purposes. It's Nijrode in Dutch.
Nijrode. Okay.
Yes.
I hope do it correctly now.
Doesn't matter. No problem at all.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. So you are present now. So
Yeah.
I would like to start and
I will
okay.
start sharing my screen then.
Yeah. For a second, I would like to introduce you first to the audience.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to EHEF Indonesia 2020 Goes Online. My name is Haris and I'm going to be moderating this webinar. This webinar is going to be presented by Ms. Milo from Nehru University. And please stay behind and stay tuned until the end of this webinar because we will hold question and answer at the end of the session. And if you have any questions about the presentations or about the country's higher education, you can submit your questions on YouTube comments anytime throughout the presentation. And right now, without any further ado, please welcome Ms. Milo for her presentation. Time is yours.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And well, very nice to meet you all through this way. I will start sharing my screen with you in the presentation. So I hope you can all see my screen right now.
Yes,
well, okay. Well, my name is Milo van Meulenkom. I work as program advisor for Nijrode Business University. And I'm very pleased to be here. And I'm going to tell you a bit about the international programs we offer at Nijrode. So this is the agenda for today. I will give a brief introduction about Nijrode, and then I will tell a bit more about our master program, the full-time MSc in Management, our MBA program, the full-time MBA program, and at last, our bachelor program, the full-time BSc in Business Administration. So, some history about Nijrode Business University. It's actually the only private research university in the Netherlands, and that's something quite unique because all other universities in the Netherlands are actually public. We were founded just after the Second World War in 1946, and the idea was really to just build up the Netherlands after the big crisis of the Second World War. So the idea was for business and by business, and we were actually established by some very big nowadays multinationals like Philips, Unilever, Shell, KLM, and AkzoNobel. I guess that some of those companies are actually quite familiar for you as well. We do offer many different programs from bachelor's to master to MBA programs, but also many executive education programs actually meant for professionals who want to just add their knowledge and broaden or deepen their knowledge. So we do also provide many short programs for people who are already working, actually. All programs are actually in the field of business and management or accountancy, controlling, and fiscal law. So that's our main focus. We therefore are a business university. We have currently more than 4,000 full-time and part-time students. And we actually have a very strong network of many alumni spread along the world. But you have to see that we are actually quite of a small university. We're very much renowned within the Netherlands, and our network is spread over the world, but worldwide, we're not one of the main bigger universities, so to say. About our location, we are actually located in the Netherlands, like I already mentioned, and we have actually 2 locations. Our main location, I can try to show it to you, is in Breukelen, which is just right in between Amsterdam, the capital, and of course the most famous city in the Netherlands, and Utrecht, which is one of the other main cities in the Netherlands. And we are located just right in between at a very beautiful estate from the 13th century. So we have this castle, which you can see here in the picture. Well, of course, like I already want to mention, you're of course not going to live in the castle if you choose our university, but we do have the castle on our estate, and it's of course very beautiful on those sunny days to just walk around the estate and watch the castle. The other location we have is actually in Amsterdam, and it's right in the historic city center along one of the canals. So that means it's also near to the airport, Amsterdam Schiphol. You might have heard of it. And here you just see the picture of the Netherlands. So you have a clue of where we are located. About these 2 locations, you can choose for yourself which location you would like to study. At least for 2 of our programs. The full-time MBA program only takes place in Amsterdam. The other 2 international programs, the bachelor and master, take place at both locations. So you might choose which location suits you best. Let me go a bit deeper into the differences of the 2 locations. Well, like I mentioned, Breukelen, it has this castle, beautiful estate with 750 years of history. It's located approximately 25 kilometers from Amsterdam, so it's very close by. You can, of course, travel back and forth by public transport, which is really good in the Netherlands, to Amsterdam or to Utrecht if you want to, but you can live on our campus. The campus includes all kinds of housing facilities. We have a restaurant, a library, of course, for all those intensive study hours. We have lecture rooms, meeting rooms, we have a gym, a rugby field, and there is a very nice student association which you can take part of and participate in all kinds of social activities, sports activities they organize. And so this is the one of the locations you can choose for. Like I mentioned, the MSc in Management program takes place there and the BSc in Business Administration. This also means that all the students that choose our location in Breukelen, they actually live on the campus. So you will really have this family, cozy atmosphere when you choose our location in Breukelen, and you will feel very soon at home in the Netherlands. The other option you have is actually our location in Amsterdam. It's the picture below. We have a beautiful historical building right in the city center. It's close to the financial district of Amsterdam, very important. And many multinational companies are also located nearby, like Netflix, for example. It includes an incubator for startups. So if you have some of an entrepreneurial spirit, you might actually get a space in our startup incubator, and you can start your own business after you've finished your studies. We have a library there, lecture rooms, and there's also a student association, which has somewhat less intense activities, but you still have a lot of options for to get to know people and organize social activities. The main difference with our location in Breukelen is that we don't have a campus in Amsterdam, so we don't provide student housing there. We do have some possibilities for you to live in Amsterdam because we know it's very hard to find a room yourself. So we do have an agreement with an external party who can provide you with housing. I can, of course, tell you more about that if you are very much interested in this, in one of our programs. The international programs that take place at our Amsterdam location are the BSc in Business Administration, the MSc in Management, and also our full-time MBA. Then, about Nijenrode's mission. What we say actually as our main mission is serving society by shaping responsible leaders. And we have three values that we value a lot. That's actually leadership, we recognize and act upon opportunities. We make meaningful contributions and we make a difference during moments of truth. We also very much value entrepreneurship. I already mentioned this incubator in Amsterdam. We do like people to make their own ideas and start their own business. So proactive, creative mindset that enables achieving defined objectives, and also stewardship, which is sometimes a bit more harder to understand what it actually means, but it has to do with taking responsibility. So it's also taking responsibility for the environment, taking responsibility for other people. It's a bit principle of CSR, corporate social responsibility. And these values all, of course, belong together. Something short to tell about our accreditations. It's always very important when you're looking for a business school, a good business school in Europe or anywhere else in the world, to look at the accreditations. Two of the most important ones are actually EQUIS and AMBA. There's a third one in the business school world, and we are actually right now in the process of getting that accreditation. And if we would get the three of them, then we're actually one of the Triple Crown business schools, which is a very important measure for business schools to see about their, to value the quality of the business school. The third one that you see here, the NVAO, is actually a Dutch accreditation, which is important for all Dutch universities, because that means that we're actually capable of giving good quality education. Well, this is all these companies actually belong to our business network. So here you see some examples: Shell, KPN, DSM, Philips. These are all companies that belong to our network. Sorry, there was some noise in the background. Also, an important part of the education that we provide is actually what will you learn, or actually what are you going to do after graduation. So we have a very strong department which focuses on your career and personal development. Here you also see a picture of Willem van Dongen, who's actually head of this department. And this department provides all kinds of services like career and network events. They organize workshops. They give you advice on your CV or how to write a cover letter, or even when you're in your application procedure for a job, how to go into this application interview, this job interview. What kind of questions can you expect, and can we already practice that? They give you career coaching, so you will have individual one-on-one sessions to talk about what will be your next step and how to get there, and how can we get you in contact with certain people. Also mock interviews. And this is really one of the values, I would say, that makes Nyenrode unique, that we really already think along with you as a student on what to do next after your studies. Because of course, you don't only study to just study. It's also to get some opportunities for your future career when having graduated from a university. What makes Nyenrode also unique is this combination of three components. So of course, we do provide academic theory, solid academic theory. That's of course part of every program that we offer, but there's also a lot of practical relevance. And that has more to do with the fact that we are this university that is actually founded by business and for business. So we try to integrate as much business cases as possible, real-time business cases. So you don't only get academic theory at our business school, but you really get into the practical relevance of everything you learn. So we do invite CEOs from important companies within the Netherlands, where of course also many international companies are located, to discuss the academic theory that you just got throughout all the courses. And then there's also a very important factor, which I already briefly mentioned, and that is the personal development. So this is all about how to behave yourself in group work, how to develop your own personal capacities and how to get better and how to become a responsible leader. So these are the three components that make Nyenrode unique and makes studying at Nyenrode more than just a study. Well, that's at least my opinion. And then to dive a bit more into deep about the three international programs that we're actually offering at Nyenrode University. We do, of course, also have many Dutch programs. That's mostly used for all our executive educational programs, but we do have three international programs that are actually perhaps interesting for you. So let me first go into our master program, the full-time MSc in Management. Then I will tell a bit more about our full-time MBA. And at last, I will go and dive into a bit more the Bachelor in Business Administration. So our full-time MSc in Management, I already mentioned it's offered both at our Amsterdam location as well as at our Breukelen location. It's a program that's actually meant for young professionals. That means people that have already graduated from their bachelor program and have up to more or less 2 to 3 years of work experience. The bachelor you can have in any field, so that means you don't need a management bachelor or a business administration bachelor. It can also be, for example, a bachelor in law or a bachelor in medicine or even a bachelor in psychology. Of course, it's important that you need to have some affinity with topics like statistics or mathematics or finance, because of course, these kind of topics are a main aspect in your MSc in Management program. But it's not a necessary thing to already have done all kinds of topics in business administration. Within our master program, we have around 70% Dutch students and around 30% internationals coming from all over the world. Most of the time we have more than 20 different nationalities. So it's really an international setting with many very interesting cultural, cross-cultural experiences. The program takes 16 months. That's including a pre-master program. So if you don't come from a university of a research university, you need to take the pre-master, but that's actually already included in the program. So in total, it will be 16 months, 4 months pre-master, 12 months master program. There is this very important aspect of personal leadership and career development integrated in the program. So that means that every month you have different sessions about your personal leadership and career perspectives. And that's just part of the academic program. Just tell you also something about the fee structure of the program. Every semester costs around €10,000, 9,750. And that means that in total, the investment you make is approximately €29,250. And that's just for the tuition fee. I will get into the scholarships a bit later, by the way. Also, to give you some information about some other financial expenses you can expect, on-campus housing in Breukelen costs you approximately €350 per month. And then, of course, you also have your own living expenses. The start of the program is every year mid-August. So the next intake will be August 2021. The full-time MBA program. This is actually a one-year program, and this program is only offered at our Amsterdam location. The profile here of our students is a bit older, actually, than the full-time MSc in Management program. And here we also ask at least 3 years of work experience, although the average actually is 5. So you must think of people, mostly internationals, that are like, well, end of their 20s, beginning 30, who are doing our full-time MBA program. The full-time MBA program we offer is very much focused on European business, and it also includes 6 European immersion modules. So that actually means that you go for a weekend to these European destinations that are mentioned here: Prague, Munich, Madrid, Copenhagen, Valencia, and Brussels, to go into deep to go into the practice of all the academic knowledge that you gained throughout the program. So you will visit several companies, you will talk with CEOs, have exchanges there, work on actual business cases. And what's I think also important to mention is many times people do get internships or jobs out of these visits, because if you already get to know some companies and you get into contact with people who work there, it might be that they will offer you a job after graduation. Also throughout the program, there are Meet the CEO sessions, presenting ideas to CEOs. That's just happening in the Netherlands. So sometimes we invite CEOs to come to our Amsterdam campus, give presentations, but sometimes we also visit those companies within the Netherlands. Of course, many companies are actually located in Amsterdam, but also some tech companies are actually located in the region of Eindhoven. You might have heard of it. That's also just 1.5 hours from Amsterdam, or companies located near the harbor of the Netherlands, Rotterdam, or the city The Hague, where the government of the Netherlands is located. All kinds of opportunities there. Like I already mentioned, many students who actually choose this program are actually from abroad. It's a very international group of people, around 30 to 35 every year, and 70% of them actually stays in the Netherlands after graduation. The tuition fee for this program is 32,000 euros. Flights, visa, and housing are not included. And it's important here to take into account that living expenses in Amsterdam are quite high nowadays. We're not that bad yet as London or New York, but Amsterdam, it's really getting a very expensive city, unfortunately, of course. So you should calculate around 1,000 euro per month for housing expenses in Amsterdam. We do have this, like I already mentioned, this agreement with this external partner that can help you with housing in Amsterdam, but still around 900 to 1,000 euros a month is quite an ordinary amount to pay in Amsterdam for housing. Start of the program every year is September. So the next intake is September 2021. Then the bachelor program. This is a 3-year program, as most of the academic bachelors in the Netherlands. It's all about to gain business and management knowledge with a focus on a sustainable business future. So here again, this value of stewardship is a very important one. There's a lot of focus throughout this 3-year program on professional and personal development. Another interesting aspect is sports. It's actually also integrated in the program. Sports activities can be anything, can be rugby, can be doing exercises in the gym, can be rowing, whatever. But it's a necessary, essential part of the program. So you will do that with the rest of your fellow classmates. There is an exchange semester in the 3rd year. You can choose from one of our partner universities. And also during this 3-year program, there is a company project where you'll actually dive into a project together with a company. It's a kind of small internship program, you could say. There's a fundraising project, a company fair, there are Dutch language courses, all to get you and let you feel at home in the Netherlands. The fee structure is as follows. The 1st and 2nd year you pay around 20,000 euro. The 3rd year is 21,000 euros. Housing on campus in Breukelen, approximately, 320, 350 euros a month. And in Amsterdam, it's like the things I already mentioned for the full-time MBA, it's the same one. It's around 1,000 euros. Admissions. I just covered the admissions very briefly. It's more or less the same for all our 3 international programs. They're already open, so you can start applying for one of the programs. Of course, based on your own background, you have to choose which program suits you best. You can fill in the application form online through our portal. There's an admissions test included for all 3 programs. We make use of our own Nijrode admissions test, which is a kind of a general capacity test or IQ test, if you like. We do also accept GMAT, which is of course the renowned international admissions test. But what we see is that many students struggle quite a lot with the GMAT. So we do offer our, well, kind of light version of the GMAT for our Nijrode admissions test. So if you have the option and you would like to go for one of the programs at Nijrode, I do really recommend you to take our own Nijrode admissions test because it's less intensive study than the GMAT. And also part of our admissions process is of course a personal intake interview, which can also take place online. So if you're living in Indonesia, no problem at all. We can just arrange that through either Skype or Zoom or MSC Teams or whatever. We do also require an English proficiency test, which can either be TOEFL, IELTS, or Cambridge Advanced. But you can start your application before you actually have this certificate. So that gives you some more time to go and apply for this English certificate and do some practice before you actually take the exam. Some information about scholarships. We do work with the Orange Tulip Scholarship, which is the Dutch governmental scholarship organization. You might have heard of it already. There are different opportunities for either 3 of the programs. You can just see it here on the slide. For every program, we also do have some program-related scholarships as well, and scholarships through our alumni network. So every year there's some alumni who provide some scholarships. So there are different opportunities because we really want to help out students who are in financial need to pay the entire tuition fee. I think what is very important to mention here is that we do always try to help out students, but in the end, you also need to make your own investment for the program. So we never hand out full tuition scholarships, unfortunately. It's always a partial tuition scholarship. Up to most of the time, 1/3 or perhaps 50% of the total tuition fee. So you do need your own financial resources to be able to study at our university, but we are very happy to help out if you need a certain amount additional. Then I think my last slide, I think I'm perfectly in time. Here you see a picture of me together with my colleague, Amber. She will also, if you are interested in one of our programs, you can get to know us better coming Friday and Saturday during the fair. On Friday, it will be Amber who is answering and replying to all your messages. On Saturday, it's me. If you do have further questions, you can of course always reach out to us through this email address, ftmsc@nijrode.nl, or through my personal WhatsApp number. You can find more information on the website, of course. And if you're interested, you can also, of course, watch some videos. The first one is of our beautiful estate in Breukelen. And you have you can get a glimpse of the castle and what it all looks like. And the other one is from our Amsterdam location, and you also get a bit more feeling of our university. Well, thank you very much for this opportunity to give this presentation, and I think I'm now ready to answer all your questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Milo, for the presentation. Now we move on to a question and answer session. There are several questions that we would like to. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first questions will be: you have mentioned before that to take the MBA programs in Nijrode, it is required to have job experience, right? Is 5 years of experience.
Yeah.
How do we need to provide? For example, I have been working like 5 years, then Do we have to provide like certificate or job recommendations, or what kind of proof that we need to provide in order to get the intake of
Yeah.
the MBA program?
Yeah, well, this is all, of course, also just on a personal intake. So we will schedule an interview with you, and you can tell about the job experience that you have. We can, of course, also see, for example, on your LinkedIn profile, what is the job experience. And what we indeed sometimes ask is a recommendation letter from your current employer to have also some more in-depth knowledge of how you are as an employee, what are your career perspectives, what are your personal developments. So yeah, we do sometimes ask for a recommendation letter. That's always a good add-on, of course, when you start applying for a university program. But it's indeed also just based on your LinkedIn profile, and it's also just a kind of a general denomination, so to say. So we do like to have certain kind of student profiles in the same group. So for the master program, it's people that have not so much experience, and for full-time MBA, it's just a bit more experience, because it's also important that you can learn from each other. And that's why it's important that the student profiles in the groups are more or less alike.
Is there any specific job needed to get that MBA or master degree requirement? So, for example, it has to be in the e-commerce, or it has to be in private sectors.
No, actually, no, it's not. Of course, it's important that you can tell us when applying for a certain program why you would like to change or do a business management program or an MBA. So what you want to get out of it. But the job itself, it doesn't really matter. Although, of course, it helps when it's at least at a certain level. So if we can see that you, for example, have already some management experience, or you want to develop yourself towards a bit more managerial position or something like that. Yeah, but the sector or field is not important at all. No.
Okay, very well noted. Next questions will be, is there any PhD or doctoral in management program in EHEF?
We do have some PhD programs and PhD positions, yes, but then I would like to get you into contact directly with this department within our university, because I don't have the entire knowledge of the PhD positions that we offer at this moment.
Okay, but you do have
So then we do have certain
program,
PhD.
right?
Exactly. Yeah. So if you're interested in those kind of specific topics, then please just send me an email, and I will forward you to one of my colleagues. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, well noted. Next questions. Do you have any virtual program or like virtual online courses or virtual study from Nehru University, for example, during pandemic, or do we have to be present at university to attend all the classes?
Well, because of the fact that we value this whole practical experience during our program so much, we try to offer as much of our courses, much as possible offline, so on our campus. But I have to admit that during this pandemic, that has been very difficult for us. So at the moment, well, I would say 90% of the courses are actually offered online. Especially now, at least until December. We hope that from January onwards we can go back to this offline experience, but it's very hard to look into the future and already say what is going to happen. But our focus is to provide as much possible of the lectures offline.
So in the past, it had to be present, right?
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
like virtual program or something like that.
No, because it's really about this practical experience, working in groups, business cases. You need to be present. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. You have mentioned before that maybe we have already know that Amsterdam is quite expensive city. So, is it any opportunity if we study there and we have already obtained our student's visa to have like part-time job or to look some job while we are in Amsterdam in order to get some money to fund ourselves in
Yeah.
Amsterdam?
Well, always depends a bit on the visa. On a student visa, you are only allowed to, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's around 12 to 16 hours a week. So that's not a lot, of course. That means perhaps 1 day or 1.5 day of finding a part-time job. But there are plenty of opportunities, especially in Amsterdam. It's such an international city. It's very easy to find a job as, for example, I don't know, in a restaurant or bar, or do something on the side. So yeah, that is a possibility. We do not always recommend it because there are certain weeks, and especially in exam weeks, that it's quite hard to combine, of course, a part-time job with your actual studies. But we do see that many students, of course, do take the opportunity of having a small part-time job. Yes.
Okay, next questions. We know that there are a lot of Indonesian students in Amsterdam. Like Amsterdam is very famous for us, and it's one of main destination for us to continue our study, right?
Yeah.
So for Nehrot itself, you have mentioned that there are a lot of international students that study there. So do you think that Indonesian students will get bigger chance, or should we say it that the opportunity is equal for everyone, or do you think that it will be suitable for us to continue our study in Netherlands?
Well,
Because we know that it's already famous and we have a lot of students in Netherlands.
Yeah, and of course, I think also, if you look at the historical ties, of course, that the Netherlands has with Indonesia, not always good, perhaps, but there are very strong connections between our two countries from a historical perspective. So, yeah, that might, of course, be an advantage for students, because I also know that many Indonesian students, they do have some relatives or far away relatives living in the Netherlands, so that can, of course, always be a big advantage. We, of course, always value all our international and also Dutch students. We do treat them equally. So it's not that Indonesian students or Dutch students would have, have already a plus when applying to the university. But yeah, due to the strong connections, I would say it might be that also Indonesian students fit in quite easily in the Amsterdam and Dutch society. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we will be easier to adapt in Netherlands because we already have like strong connections.
Yeah, I do think so. And that's also what I see from our Indonesian students that we have had in our programs in the past.
Okay. And the last question for you, Milo, will be, would you please explain a little bit to us what is the biggest problem that may occur for international students, especially if you know from Indonesia during their study in Netherlands, so we can prepare to overcome or to handle this problem in the future if we are having opportunity to study in the Netherlands?
Yeah, that's a difficult question. I would say, I think in general for international students, what is hardest is that you start your program and so you directly, intensely have to dive into all the new academic theories and practical assignments, etc. But you also still have to integrate in the Dutch society and in your new life. You have to make friends. So you have different priorities, so to say. You want to do your studies, but next to that, you also have your personal life, and you want to make friends and go out. And what we see with international students is that these especially these first weeks and months can be quite intense because you have to develop yourself on so many different levels. So what I would recommend you in this setting, it could be, for example, if your study program starts in September, please already come to the Netherlands in August. So you give yourself some time to adapt yourself to your new way of life and already make some friends or get some connections, and you already feel a bit at home before you actually dive into an intense new study program. Yeah,
that's really great suggestion from you, great advice. And I think, all the participants of webinar will take note that, we will start a new life when we start studying abroad, because we are far away from home. So we have to make it as soon as possible to feel like home, new home. So adapting to new life is extremely important, so we can get good result when we are pursuing our study abroad.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's all the questions that have been stated. Thank you very much, Milo, for your presence, for your
You're very welcome.
presentations.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And we do hope that the pandemic will be over soon, so we can go back to our normal life. We
really
can
hope
just
so.
simply go to Netherlands again, and we can continue our study. And
Exactly.
thank you very much for your time. And
Thank you.
I hope to see you soon again.
Thank you for this opportunity, and good luck with all the webinars this week.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Goodbye, good afternoon.
Thank you, good afternoon as well.
much.